Hey guys, Broman here to go over what is probably the most painful part of Destiny, and that is, of course, getting our friends, the Acendant Shards. Now, you may notice that I have a sizable amount of Acendant Shards, which could lead you to believe that I have some sort of secret method to get them. This would be untrue. However, I will go ahead and go over the main ways for you to get Acendant Shards in Destiny. Now, this is not in any particular order, and as usual, I like to present information so you can make educated decisions as a player of the game, because that is what is most important, that you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So, going from the highest amount of shards at the start, highest potential, all the way down to kind of lowest potential and high chance. So, number one way to get Acendant Shards, and how I got all of mine, is this, the Vault of Glass. One clear of the Vault of Glass with terrible raid luck is going to net you anywhere from 12 to 15 Acendant Shards, depending on your luck. Now, obviously this is not the best way to get Acendant Shards, but it is, of course, a very reliable way to get Acendant Shards. I had about 6 full clears of the Vault of Glass where I got nothing but shards, and that's why I have so many. But that's not what you want. It's certainly not what you want if you're still hunting for raid gear or trying to get to 30. So, let's go over the more reliable methods, or at least the less personally painful ones. Number 1. Every day, boot up your game and at least do the daily. At least doing the daily every day is a fantastic way to get yourself a whole bunch of stuff. You can get yourself a decent amount of experience, 2 Ascendant materials, Cryptarch Engram, and some Vanguard marks. It's really, really solid and free, and it's usually quite easy. It's just a simple story mission. So doing the daily story mission at 28 is going to net you 2 Ascendant materials every time you do it. If you do it 7 days a week, that's 14 Ascendant Shards. If you got multiple characters, it goes up from there. Obviously, with multiple characters, it's more time, and you can also get energy from those, so it might not necessarily be your best bet. There is a little bit of randomness to all of these. Anytime you're getting Ascendant materials, you have a chance to get shards or energies. And the game has a really good desire sensor, so it knows what you want and it will never give it to you. After that, we have world events. So if you're on patrol, you're hanging around, you're driving around, do every world event you come across. There's also really, really good websites. Destiny Public Events is a fantastic website that maps out when the events are happening in an area, so you can formulate your own route through Venus or Mars or the Moon to hit all the world events that are happening as they happen, and each time you complete those, you have a random chance to get a Ascendant material, shards or energy. And that's really good. And now we go to the end-all be-all of getting any type of Ascendant Shards in the random place, and that is the Vanguard Tiger playlist. As you know, the Vanguard Tiger playlist is going to give you Vanguard gear, but it's also going to give you Cryptarch Engrams. Cryptarch Engrams can turn into anything. They can turn into legendaries. Legendary armor, which you can break down and get shards from. Now, this is super random, which is why it's so terrible. I wish there was a more reliable way to get the Ascendant materials that you need, but unfortunately a lot of the methods are really random or really slow. So this last method we're going to go over is 100% reliable, but it's going to take you a very long time to get all the shards that you need, especially if it's the only thing that you're doing. And of course what I'm talking about here is purchasing. You can purchase legendary gear, and we kind of went over this in the legendary gear videos. You can buy your way into level 28. You can also buy your upgrades. After you've purchased your Ascendant material, device, aka armor, you can break it down into shards, but it's expensive. You can only buy about 3 pieces every 2 weeks because of the Vanguard Mark cap. And that's really prohibitive. It's not going to give you the upgrades that you want as fast as you want them. However, it is doable. In addition to using the Vanguard system, or whatever faction you might be using system, you can also use the Crucible. the Crucible is going to also offer you things to buy once your Crucible rank is high enough. But again, Crucible marks are shared among most of the factions, so you're going to be going Vanguard and Crucible. Maximum you can purchase out every 2 weeks, which is kind of a good cycle for that, because it's 200 total marks, is about 3 total pieces from each, which break down into, let's say, hopefully 3 shards a piece. And it's just, you know, you do the math and you're just like, disappointing. But that's what you can do to get Ascendant Shards, guys. That's what you can do. You can get yourself, you know, some nice gear from your Vanguard vendor. You can get yourself some nice gear from your Crucible vendor. You can do the Vault of Glass. You can do Tiger Strikes. And you can do World Events. All of them, except for the purchasing of the legendary gear, is going to be a random chance. And a random chance is not what you want in this game, but it's unfortunately all we have currently. And it could be worse, but at the end of the day, if the game doesn't want to let you get the shards that you want, you're just not going to get them. And it's rough. But, oh hey, I forgot we had this legendary engram. Fantastic! Dustwalker Cloak. Right, that's exciting. Wrong. The cloak, no shards, because it's a cloak. So you could also get troll engrams as well, which I almost forgot to mention. Class items do not give Ascendant anything. They just give you a bunch of salt, and that's fine. So I hope that this was at least an enlightening way to show you every method that you could possibly use to acquire yourself some Ascendant shards. I know that it's a long, hard road to get the shards that you want, but it is ultimately worth it to hit level 30, and you never know when RNGesus might smile upon you and shower you with shards. Hopefully, it won't be during the Vault of Glass, but if it is, hey, at least you got shards, baby. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and do not forget that I fucking love each and every one of you. You're all amazing, and your support means the world to me. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.